Why do some men stay in relationships with women they no longer love? Why don't they just leave? Is it guilt, fear, comfort, or something deeper? Today, we're going to talk about the psychology behind it. And it's not as simple as you think. This isn't about judgment. This is about understanding what keeps people stuck, even when their heart has already left. Emotional comfort over emotional connection. Sometimes, men stay not because they're in love, but because the relationship has become familiar. They may no longer feel deeply connected, but they've built a life around this routine. The habits, the shared apartment, the everyday conversations, they become part of their emotional safety net. And leaving that feels scarier than staying emotionally numb. So instead of breaking up, they stay and slowly detach inside. Fear of hurting. Many men are raised to be the good guy. Even if they don't feel in love anymore, they're terrified of being the villain in her story. They think, if I leave, she'll break down. If I stay, at least she's okay. So they sacrifice their own truth just to protect someone else's heart. It's not noble, but it comes from fear, not malice. They don't want to cause pain, so they pretend they're fine. But deep inside, they're already gone. Guilt and emotional debt. There's also something called emotional debt. It's when a man feels like he owes a woman for everything she's done in the relationship. She was there during his low points. She sacrificed for him. She loved him when he didn't love himself. So now, even if the love is gone, he stays out of guilt. It becomes less about love and more about repayment. But love doesn't grow in debt. It grows in freedom. Fear of starting over. This one's real and common. Even if the relationship feels dull, the idea of starting from scratch, dating again, trusting again, can feel exhausting. He may think, I'll never find someone better. What if I leave and regret it? What if I stay, and this is just how love is supposed to feel after a while? This fear creates emotional paralysis, so he convinces himself, maybe this is good enough, even when his heart says otherwise. They're emotionally disconnected, but physically comfortable. This may be hard to hear, but it's true. Some men stay in relationships where the emotional bond is gone, but the physical comfort remains. Sex, attention, routine. They may not be in love, but they're not alone either. It's a space where their needs are half met. Just enough to stay, but not enough to thrive. And sometimes, they don't even realize they've settled until years have passed. They're afraid to be alone. This applies to many people, not just men. Being alone means facing yourself, your insecurities, your regrets, your silence. For some men, the idea of an empty apartment, quiet dinners, no one to talk to, is more terrifying than an unfulfilling relationship. So they stay, not because of love, but because of fear. But the truth is, being alone is far better than being lonely with someone else. They're still hoping to feel something again. Some men stay because they're holding on to a memory of how things used to feel. They hope love might return, that maybe, with time, things will change. They don't want to give up on something they once fought for. So they wait, and wait. Sometimes it comes back, but often, they're just prolonging the ending. Final truth. Not all relationships die loudly. Sometimes they fade in silence, and men, like women, often struggle to leave not because they don't care, but because leaving means being honest with themselves. It means admitting, I'm not in love anymore. I'm not happy. I don't want this. And that truth is hard to say, even harder to act on. But here's the thing. Staying in a relationship where love is gone isn't kindness. It's avoidance. It's fear wearing the mask of loyalty. Real love requires truth. And sometimes, truth means letting go. For both people to be free